Hi Craig, hi Ken, how are you both?
I'm
Good. How are you?
good.
Yeah, great, thank you. And awesome to be able to speak to you for this one because I had so much fun watching it. And Kent, I wanted to start with you because I know you've obviously got this amazing history with Saturday Night Live. So I'm curious how that experience maybe prepared you for writing this feature and getting this movie made.
SNL prepares you for a lot of things. It's like a great, I mean, there's no better training ground for comedy. I've been there for a while. I came from the Groundlings, which is like a improv theater in LA where like Will Ferrell came from and Lisa Kudrow, who's in the movie. But at SNL, I think the biggest bout for this movie is like you learn how to do stuff fast. You don't have much time to be precious. So like that joke doesn't work. I have 2 minutes. Here's one. So that is like a training that you get there, which I think came in useful writing the script and working on the film.
Awesome. And Craig, there's some great practical effects in this film, whether it's the wallpaper coming off the walls, which is quite a simple one, but a cool one, or some of the creature effects we see with Brian. So why was it important for you to make sure those were in here? Because I think it adds so much to the movie as a viewer from a viewer's perspective.
Well, I'm a child of the 80s, and so the first movies I loved were these kind of, practical effect, The Thing and Poltergeist and Gremlins was a huge one for me as a kid. I feel very lucky actually to have been a child in the 80s because of those kinds of movies. That's what you'd go see every summer, these original, weird, kind of genre mashups. They were often spooky and funny at the same time. And when I read Kent's script, I was like, this reminds me of the movies I loved in the 80s. And part of that, in terms of like visual effects, practical puppets, actual like goofy, rubbery stuff that you can feel and is tangible. There's certainly CGI in the movie as well, but I'm glad you brought up the practical effects because those were important to me.
Oh, that's awesome. And you both got such a phenomenal cast here, but I gotta ask both of you, were you shocked by the kind of things you were getting Brian Cox to do and say as Frank in this film? Because wow, it's gonna surprise people, I think.
Yeah, you've never seen Brian Cox quite like this, I don't think.
You haven't. I don't think Brian really knew what he was signing up for either. I think he read the movie and said, "This is going to be fun to be in like a deep, funny demon movie." I think he kind of forgot that we're going to be like hanging him from wires, and he's going to spend 2 hours in makeup, and he in his wonderfully sort of grumpy Brian Cox way was sort of like, what the hell is all of this? I'm not sure that he I think he's seen the movie and gets it now, but at the time he was like, what the hell are you guys doing? But he does things here that he has not done in movies before, so you have to watch it to find out.
Yeah, and Kent, it must have been a blast for you getting to sit without going into any spoilers at all, but to hear him saying some of the dialogue you had written must have been just fantastic.
I mean, he says some crazy things in this movie, and he would always ask for more. So I would be off in the corner, like, okay, here's 10 more. And then he would just like rattle them off. Like he just really loved doing stuff like that.
He was such a game player, I would say, and he was the first actor to sign on. We couldn't believe it. The studio wanted him, and I was like, "Good luck. He's never going to do it." And then he did, and it's a testament to how great Kent's script was. And I think because Brian was in it, we got so many of these other incredible top shelf actors to join.
Yeah, just one final question for you both. The crazy noodles scene. I don't think anyone's ever going to look at noodles the same way again. How much fun was that day on set?
That was pretty incredible. I mean, I was lucky to be there for that, and Brandon's parents were actually there watching the one that is, I won't give it away. But it just went on forever, and it just got funnier and funnier. It was really terrific. And
Yes, I have to give a shout out to Brandon Flynn. He was a trooper in that scene. And when you watch the movie, everyone, you'll know what scene I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Well, I cannot wait for people to see it. Craig, Kent, thank you so much for your time. It's been a real pleasure. This movie was a blast, so thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Josh.